Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Let's see what we got here. Let's get it rolling. Let's get rolling with the homies. Let's see now. What do I do? I have to go back. There it is, right there. Just making sure we can hear ourselves. Let's see. There is what we left off with yesterday. Let's put the fact check spreadsheet up there, and let's. There it is, right there. Let's get over to the euro. Euro went into a sell there yesterday. They're putting a little pressure on it. How about those little nubs in the time manifold? There we go. Now I can see me after this commercial. All right. And the commercial's over with. And there I am. Excellent. There we go. Do I hear me? Yep, I do. I hear me. So that's as good. All right. So what we have this morning is you can see the euro is starting to back off there, looking at it at J4X there. And at the same time, checking out the Chicago Quant, you can see it's done a plateau type of thing, which is a little surprising. You know, it's turning into a head and shoulders thing up top here more than anything else. And we see the dollar index climbing through the daily buy, and you know, for now 3 days. And every time I think that I think that things are going to go kind of neutral instead, it just seems to pick up a little steam, and the next thing you know, we've got some action ACTION thing going on there. Now, what was interesting is seeing the cable and the strength in that yesterday. Today, they're trying to put some pressure onto the cable, and we'll show you that in a few seconds here. Let's see, where's it at? Let's find the cable. Go like that, and let's go over to the cable. See right there. You can see that's dipping down also at the moment. So, you know, it's just been, like I said, a little of a surprise. I thought the dollar would go sideways more, but it seems like they're starting to reach for it. And then yesterday they said that the interest rates were going to be basically zero now for at least for 3, if not 4 years from now. So, and they made it very clear that they're not going to, even when inflation gets to the 2% area, they want to see it establish itself there for a while. So the attitude of the central bank at this point is that, as we used to say, is they're from Missouri. They like to see the proof. They don't want to just, you know, hear the proof for like, you know, a week. And then all of a sudden it falls back down again. They don't want to disrupt the work that they've been doing, which is really I think, literally a mature, dynamic point of view. And the Federal Reserve, in many ways, never seems to. It reflects that characteristic. At times, you can see that they do seem to be, you know, more together, you know, more solidly using tools that you know that will keep them on track, that type of thing. But overall, you know, it is a curious thing. It really is that to see them come up with new ideas that or confirm ideas. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Is they confirm the ideas, something we don't always see, which is really nice. You know, I mean, to see the Federal Reserve come up with something that tells you what the future. What's the best way to describe it? Their future actions, and confirm that they're going to do X, Y, and Z, and that is very positive. So, let me see. What am I looking for here? So I guess that's about it when it comes to that. So, and you can see here, you know, we're still looking a little strong here on the J4X, and then when we go over to here, let's put it in there. There's the cable. You see, it's kind of holding up. You see it's having its issues with the weekly side of it on our work. You know, it's not exactly showing the life of the party, I guess you could say. We're not seeing that type of action, but we are seeing that it's still holding up in a daily, and that daily signal is a good thing. You know, the more we see that it holds up, the more you know, we can trust it that we're you know, going to see a firmer cable, Now, a weak euro is no surprise to anybody here who's listening. A lot of traders in here constantly voice their opinion, and it's awful hard to challenge their opinion in the sense that the euro itself is, I guess you could say, it's mismanaged because of Europe itself. I mean, I was thinking about it this morning. I was reading something from Zero Hedge, and I was thinking, you know, think about it. 35, 40 years ago, that continent was way more capitalist. They allowed companies to grow. There were challenging companies to American companies constantly. Remember Airbus and one other was it, and then British Aerospace. They had built planes that were that competed against Boeing. I mean, we don't have that anymore, and it's like that. You trickle it down. It's like that across the board with Europe. There just isn't enough capitalism allowed to happen anymore, and so you get a weaker continent. It's amazing that the currency is able to do what it does. I guess it's like New York City. And New York is definitely on a decline. There's no doubt about it. People are moving out of it. It's becoming the third largest state in the union, that type of thing, and maybe even the fourth now. It's moving down from number one, and then California took over as number one, and New York was right behind it. They keep on losing congressmen in the sense of, we adjust the representation of each state by their population, and now they're down to number three. And or is it number four? It's tied with Florida, I think, at this point. And Florida's going to pick up seats, and New York is going to lose seats again, and Texas is going to pick up seats, and California is going to lose a seat again. So these socialist states that we have, like California and New York, I know it's hard to believe that New York is a socialist state, but it's just a sales place more than anything else. The financial industry doesn't really exist anymore. The New York Stock Exchange is gone. It's only it's the way Merrill Lynch is to Bank of America. Merrill Lynch is owned by Bank of America. So there's no real Merrill Lynch anymore. It's just Bank of America, and it's a subsidiary. And the New York Stock Exchange is part of ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange. And it's a futures exchange, and they bought the New York Stock Exchange. And there's no real trading on the floor except for entertainment and advertisement. It does. They refer to it as the bowling alley. When I talk to other traders that end up down there for something, or see somebody, or meet with somebody, or give a tour to a grandson or a granddaughter or friends who want to see what the New York Stock Exchange looks like. We're at a point now in time where New York City and Europe are a lot alike. They're more of what they had been, not what they are now. So, anyway. That's the way I look at the euro. The euro is the same way. It's what Europe was, not what it is now, and that's why it's as firm as it is firm. That's the only way to describe it. So, all right, let's jump over to the Turkish Lira because I don't see any questions being asked again today. It's kind of quiet the last couple of days. I guess I gave too many answers, or maybe did I give bad answer? Didn't I give good answer? I thought I gave good answer. All right, let's take a look at Turkish Lira. 41 weeks in a weekly buy and 2 days in a daily buy. Let's check it out on J4X. Right there. Showing a little bit more life. What are they doing now? Are we generating a new all-time high? Which are really teeny little ones, too. They're not exactly exploding this thing. They generate these all-time highs, but like I said, they don't explode them. They just kind of march them up, slow and steady. And as you can see right here now, we're looking at a high of 756.05, breaking the old all-time high of 750.72. So it's up 6 more pips. And it's just like a slow leak that just doesn't stop. It drips and drips and drips and drips and drips, and it just keeps on dripping. Mountain West. Good. Oh, that's really good. I'm glad you. Yeah, I saw, and we made friends. You and I connected on Dukascopy too at the same time. I posted what you were looking for there also at the same time. So yeah, there's the 3 ways to get a hold of me. You get it through Dukascopy, or You go through Chicago Quant, or or you do it through Dukascopy. Make me a friend, and then we can communicate through that way, and it does all kinds of things there. So excellent, excellent. I'm glad to see that. Yeah, I see you're getting the 4 currencies. That's interesting. That's an interesting combo. So, and then I'm glad you're. I see you're north of the border, so that's not bad. We have a lot of north of the border people, and that's kind of cool. Well, let's see. I think Robin needs one more thing. Do you need one more thing? No, I don't see it. Okay. So, yeah, I'm glad that all worked out well. Now let's see where we at here. Do you have any particular product you'd like to see at the moment? Oh, Alberta! Wow. So you're starting to see snow, aren't you? Son-in-law works in Alaska with the Fish and Game, or the Talbot Commission, and NOAA, the combination of both. And he's a biologist on the boats, and he does research on the catch all the time. He does that for a couple months out of the year. Yeah, I've been seeing it in the mountains kicking out already. How about that? Yep, it's that time of the year again. Winter months are good trading months usually. So anyway, there's the Turkish Lira. And if you have any particular product you want to see, or you have any questions you want to ask, be my guest. I stop what I do and I go into the next product. I have no problem. Matter of fact, I was getting ready to look at the Canadian. There's the Canadian dollar right there. Snowtember or October, yeah, really. Are they playing Canadian football this year? I haven't even noticed. I've stopped paying attention to sports because of all the crazies that are doing crazy things here in the States. But are they playing Canadian football? Or did they slow it down like the rest of the world? Let's see. I'm putting a Canadian dollar up there as we speak. And there it is there, and you can see it on J4X. And it's trying to lift up again. And that's line 20. 9 weeks in a sell and 3 days in a sell. And then when we look at it through Chicago Quant, you can see here it's trying to get into the weekly buy. You can see the daily is jumping back up again. So there's your currency there. CFL is kind of on hold. Yeah, figures. I'm waiting for news on that. Is my favorite sport to watch, actually. I like that. I like the CFL. I find it fascinating how you have you're allowed to go towards the scrimmage line, advance along the scrimmage line before the ball is hiked on the offense. I think that makes it very interesting. And you can see here, Canadian seems to be basing in here. It's almost like a reverse head and shoulders again. Hard to believe they're going to send it up, but I guess if they're going to start selling down, say, I saw at the same time as we follow, Swiss franc. Swiss franc started to head down. I guess you could say it headed up. So closing it, that's 21. You can see it there. It closed in a daily buy there yesterday with 16 weeks in a sell. So let's take a look at that on the quant. Let's see where the weekly is. Right there. And you can see that it's playing with the weekly number 2 at the same time right there. Right. Well, I'll tell you, in American football, you're only allowed to go laterally, but I think it's much more entertaining to see advancement up to the scrimmage line in motion. You're allowed to go forward motion. I like that. I think that's so cool. Yep, no offsides there, right? Don't do in touch and out of touch, I guess. No, it's offside. Scrimmage line. The two different things. Scrimmage line and that. Let's see. Can you put the currency pair in larger bold letters on the chart so we know right away which chart? Let's see. Oh, like right here? Write their name up on here. We can do that. We can put this on there. Let's see. How do we do that? We go like this. Go like that. CHF. Try that again. CHF. There we are. Like that. Does that help? Like that. There we go. There's the Swiss. You see it's trying to lift up. And this has been a really good surrogate for the dollar. When the dollar is weak, it's been a really good product to be long. Oh, the pair itself. That'd be USD. Let's see. USD. There we go. Like that. All good? Larger, sure. How about that? Is that better? We're going to put them on there. Larger, okay. How about that? See what that does for you. Is that a good one? 18 in font size? See if that looks good enough. Can see it. Okay, good. Excellent. All right. Yeah, so there's the Swiss. Like I said, it's been a really good surrogate to be long that when you want to be short the dollar and vice versa. Wait a minute, no. The opposite way around. Be short Swiss when you want to be short dollar. That's it. And be long Swiss when you want to be long dollar. And so it's been a really good surrogate as far as I'm concerned on that pairs trade. Should be 20, I think. Okay, let's try that. That looks pretty bold right there. Does that look better? Oh, good. Glad that works for you. I'll do that on anything I'm doing. I think I might start putting them up on that. That'll help out. Okay. So, oh, there's another one. So, let's see, what is this? All right, I'll go like that. And today, instead of me chewing on or eating something, I am chewing on gum. It's always something with me. Lots of oral fixations. There we are. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that again. 2, 4, and there's M. There we go. So, yeah, that's probably like the best way of describing how to try to play the dollar. I like doing it through the Swiss. I think the Swiss is very accurate. I just find the Swiss to be very accurate. It's a good product, you know. And that's where we are. Do you have a particular product you'd like to see? Is he retreating today? Yeah, it's well, I guess it's always confusing. I guess it is. If it goes up in price, it's really considered retreating, you know. Let's see. Do I have it all? There we are. And so that is the only way I see playing with, you know, participating with the product itself. That's the best one I see. There we are. Seems, let's see, retreating. Seems like it's on 30-minute chart. We can see what it looks like on a 30-minute chart. We have no problem doing that. Let's see where we at here. We'll just make a copy of this. Copy window. And then paste window. And then we just go like that. That's it. Setting. Minutes. 30. 30 30 days back. Let's see what happens there. And rescale it. What's up with that? 30 minutes. Oh, 30 bars back. Now we want to go days back. There we go. There we are. It's backfilling. You'll be able to see it in the 30-minute work through our math. And then let's go back over to JForex. Usually we're looking at dailies and weeklies, but I have no problem looking at intradays. Intradays are just as fine with me. It's usually an affirmation of the success of the mathematics itself, being able to see it with that fast of an instant gratification. And Swiss dollar Swiss retreating today. Yeah, it went into a buy. I guess now that they know what's going on, I guess they can set a dollar value over a 3 or 4 year period. So I guess that readjusts the the whole thinking of it all. That's the way I look at it. Let's see what else. I guess what we should do is we should remove this. Remove. There you go. I think that'll take care of it. It's filling in now. Format indicator. And remove. There we are. And this should be interesting. Let's see how far back it has gone. Look at that. Whatever we were looking at with the Swiss at one time. That's interesting. Still backing and filling. There it goes. And there is, you can see here, it goes into the buy here today. You get your move up. It goes into the sell here. You start to break down. It tries to go back into the buy, and then it looks like it, where is it? It breaks down here. Let's use a bigger line too. Something like that maybe. So you can see starting off here, does it go all the way up? No, it doesn't. All right, so let's get rid of that. We'll go with this one instead. So it goes into the buy there. And let's make it white so you can see it. There it goes. It goes into the buy there. And it zigzags all over the place and holds up. And then it breaks the time manifold right there. And not only does it break the time manifold, the histogram goes minus also, both together. And then you get a nice little sell-off the next half hour. And then it seems to bottom in there, right there. And then it goes into a buy right there. And it doesn't do more than just make another high right there or break even. And then we go into a sell. We break the time manifold. That's the white line going through this golden line. The time manifolds right there, the nonlinear time manifolds. That's what that is. Remember yesterday, I think you asked what is the time, what is a linear time versus nonlinear time? That's our time manifolds. Does your quant give signals on this currency? What? The Swiss franc? Yeah. Maybe you want to ask that question again. Or is it is it giving signals on the 30-minute? Yeah, I'm showing it to you right now. I'm showing you all the description of it. I'm taking it apart as we speak. Don't you see that? Green and red? Sure. Let's see. So, let's see. You want to take this one and make that green? And take the histogram and make it red. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Is that better visually? And so you can see here, it breaks the time manifold right here, and let's make the time manifold bolder. And that's the nonlinear time right here, these lines. That's a time function of my work. Can you make your buy and sell lines? I don't have a buy and sell lines. I have, oh, maybe, you know, like this. I can do this. Put this in right there and make that red like that. How's that? And we'll go back to black on the histogram. We'll go back to white on the green line. All right, now this here is the, I guess, the buy or the sell you're talking about, the buy and sell line. That's the buy and sell line right there, which is the 0 line. I want to say you buy and sell signals. My buy and sell signals are non-linear, so there's only a defined, it's like in touch, out of touch, or scrimmage line. So in other words, there's two sides. There is no, I mean, you can see, like the white line, when the white line breaks the top of the time manifold, it shows us that there's weakness coming. When the histogram goes into minus, like right here, right there, and it goes minus, you can see the pressure comes on in the next bar, you're going into a cell. I mean, it's already in a cell right there. It's the minus, see? Plot 1, plot 4, both are minus. Right there, that's where you use the 0 line. So when the white line has gone to the 0 line and gone minus with the histogram, that's a sell. And then over here, here's the buy, right there. When the white line has pierced the 0 line, or the red line there, and the histogram has pierced it, it's a buy. Vertical lines. These things here? Which vertical lines? This is a good thing, you know, discussing, learning to understand the math is really important. You know, so you know when how to take a signal. So this is a very valid, good question. The ones that intersect the chart. Let's see, lines that intersect the chart. I'm not sure where they are. This gas line 3 right there, this is our quant right here. All these parts make up the full quant. Okay? So you've got a histogram, you've got a white line, it's dealing with the time manifolds, and the 0 line defines to be long or to be short. That's the name of the game there. You see what I'm saying? Let me just and that one. Let's see. So the vertical white line, this thing here, where I'm showing you the spots. This thing, right? Like I'll set it here on the cell. There's the cell right there. Why is it a cell? Because the histogram is minus. The white line now is minus. What color do you want that? I can change it. Make it a green when it hits. It's a buy. Make what a green? You want the white line to go green when it's in a buy. Let's say it's above the 0 line. Right here. And you want the white line to turn into a red line when it's below. That's what you're trying to say, right? because it's all one line. I thought about doing that over the years, but I didn't waste any. I didn't waste my. I didn't put time into it. That's what it comes down to. Because it's just a zero line. But I agree with you that different traders see different things, so that makes sense what you're asking for. Okay, so it says, and so Wes says, and make it red line when it's a sell, and leave those lines on the chart so we can see the various sell and buy points at a glance. Well, I hear you, and someday, maybe when I have time, I'll do that. But right now, I don't have the spare time to do it. But I like the idea, and I've actually investigated doing something like that. That does make sense. But in the end result is, to me, and again, I agree with you. Different traders see different things. As far as I'm concerned, that's all I care about is this right there. To me, that's the whole game right there. But I agree with you. I mean, it would be very convenient to see the white line turn green when it goes through the zero line, and the white line turn red going through the minus line. I agree with you. That'd be really nice. I don't disagree with you. I just don't have the time to go do it. So there we go. And so there it is right there. There's your half hour. It does okay on a half-hour chart. It's interesting, and we go back and look at it historically. That's what's always fun about answering any question, is that I know I can trust the math to be, 8 out of 8.5 out of 9 out of 10 times, or almost 9 out of 10 times, be accurate. Like here, it breaks down through the zero line, and you get weakness. You see here, it breaks. The white line goes through the time manifold right here, and it starts to see strength. We get the strength, and then it starts to fail again. And it breaks down again in value. The vertical line that interacts with the chart. A vertical line. You mean that white line that I'm moving around with my manually. I'm sure you can program something like that. I just don't, like I said, I just don't dedicate any time to it. I'm doing 10 dozen other things. That one. The white line, right? You're talking about now the white line here. This thing here, you want it to be like a moving automatic device that goes along with it. Most charts have that option. You don't have to program it. Oh, really? Maybe you can help me do that. We can do that. We can take some time after the webinar. And we can try to program it. I have no problem doing that. I just go in too many more directions. When I get off this webinar, I get pulled in another direction, not counting the fact that the market's open and I'm trying to trade it at the same time. So, and then I have the Chicago quant clients that are asking questions. We're answering them at the same time. So, I hear you. If you can help me to advance this multi-chart to do that, cool, we'll do it. Sounds good to me. I have no problem with that. I mean, your knowledge of it would, we could do this in a few minutes compared to me pecking and pulling for 4 hours. And I just don't find it, to me, I don't find it important, but there are probably dozens upon dozens of traders that find it very important. And so, it sounds good to me. And then let's see. I guess we can go. Let's do like a random thing and go way back. Just keep on sliding a little bit like that. Oh, I want to grab that line again too. Where is that line there? We'll take that line and we'll just move it to, say, like right here. So there was the buy. There's the sell. There's the buy. There's the sell. There's a buy. There's a sell. Right there is a sell. And then there's a wild buy and stays in the buy, and then it goes into a sell there and catches a nice little draft down. And is that a buy there? Let's see. That looks like a minus still. So the buy doesn't come until the next one right there. And then the sell comes right there, maybe? Let's see. Nope, that's still in the buy. And there's the sell right there. So, not bad. Interesting. All right. I have no problem looking at more things that you'd like to see. Just let me know. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to minimize that. Oh, did I do that wrong? Maybe not. Okay, so now let's go back to what we were looking at the time. What was that? Swiss, right? So let's go find the Swiss in there again. Right there. Oh, that didn't work. Let's see if we can find the Swiss. Swiss right there. There it is. And so there it is on a day. This is the daily and this is a weekly down here. And now we've just, for Mountain West, we looked at a 30-minute. And we can do anything anybody would like to look at. Just let me know and we'll go after it. I find it very interesting. Matter of fact, I thought that was really interesting how accurate our math is on that 30-minute. I thought that was pretty good. I'm still a tick and contract trader, but I thought that the 30-minute was very successful. Definitely successful. So, all right. Where do we go from here, traders? Does anybody want to see anything else? We can put up another product, and we will make the lettering on there just like this one bigger. Or on there as an existence. So let's do this. Let's go to take a look at the yen. There's the yen, and let's put the yen in there. And we'll go caps JPY space USD. And make it 18. There we go. And file and save workspace. There we go. And you can see here, it's been rolling over. We're in a daily sell. I think, we were 2 weeks in a buy, but we've been in a daily sell all the way back here. So it's going on for a while now. What is that? That's line 19. This is the 8th day in a sell. You can see we've been in 7 days of sells right there. And today is the 8th day of it. And I hope, and West Mountain, I hope everything came out right there for you. If you're doing some homework right now, that's great, because we can talk about this after the webinar and find a way to incorporate the white plot 1 or the white plot 4 to change colors. That would be fun. Don't be shy. Ask your questions. That's it. Don't be scared. I agree. Thank you, Robin. Oh, did you see what I sent over, Robin? I sent over 3 of them out of the 5 for number 24. So, yeah, there we are. There's the yen. The new prime minister, maybe that's a hope, is it? Let's see. If the yen goes down against the dollar, what is that? That makes it stronger or weaker? I guess it's stronger, right? So it's like 1 yen to the dollar. Boy, I remember when it used to be 400 yen to the dollar. So it's really become an interesting product there. Yen is normally denominated in dollars. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So it's been very impressive, the strength of the yen for all these years now, especially with an economy that's in some type of stagnant recession type situation. But you can see there, it's going to go back into the weekly sell. It's one of the bigger moves we've seen in a while. You can see this one equals to it in distance, and this one does too. And it seems to always plateau. I don't know. This is what's happening with the new prime minister, I guess. So, all right. Now where do we go? We've done yen, and what else? NASCAD. Want to see a NASCAD? Or you want to see New Zealand? How about this? Let's take a look at the New Zealand. There's the New Zealand. That's been in a buy for a while. Usually we go to the NASCAD, and we'll do that after this, but I thought I'd just throw that up there. Did I spell it backwards? Most definitely. Yes, I did. Let's go back to that and fix it. Let's see, right there. Let's see, take that. Cut. Paste. There you go. How's that look? Save workspace. There we are. And there it is, the dollar and the yen. The captain and Tennille. I like that. All right, let's take a look at NASCAD now. Let's see. And we'll run into the oil market from there. Now you see the strength coming into this. You see it's lifting up through the weekly with no problem. It's been in a daily buy for days upon days here. Was that 4 or 5 days? That's line 24. Yeah, and line 24, it's 5 full days. This is the 6th day. And then what we do is we check out Mr. and Mrs. Crude right there. And there's the crude oil. And you see there. Oh, you know what we should do is make that bigger for you. There we are. And so, save workspace. There we are. You see that's 2 full days in a daily buy. Now a 3rd day. So oil is starting to take off at the same way. Which indicator do you use on Dukascopy? On Dukascopy, what we're doing is we're doing a combination. I like to call it the relative, like relativity indicators. What we do is we use the white line is a stochastics fast. Okay, you can see the parameters 5 and 3. The dotted line is my what I call a 3-dimensional zero line. So in other words, when it goes through the dotted line, it's bullish. You can see the hinky ashy. We're using the hinky ashies to try to emulate my red dots and green dots. And then we're playing with a CCI 14. And we've been experimenting with the solid line to see if we can get something to emulate my time manifolds, but we're not doing too good at that. But it's interesting to watch these 3 for sure. And as you can see here, maybe we should turn off that. Let's see. Edit indicator, move. Let's see. Clone indicator, copy indicator, remove indicator. There we are. And so you can see here, when the white line breaks down through the what I call the 3-dimensional zero line, or this golden dash line or dot line, then it's like breaking my zero line on here on my daily. So that's what we're using there. And I find that I use them to compare to each other, not the normal way of looking at them independently. I use them as competing with each other or relative. So that's the way I use the 3 lines on Dukascopy. And as you can see there in the Canadian, let's go take a look at the Swiss, see what they're doing. See how this is bouncing back up, just like we're going back up in the Canadian. And then the Swiss right underneath it, right there, is doing the same thing, I'm sure, when we see it come up on the screen here. See that? The white line is just now piercing the dotted line. So you can see the hinky ashy has turned green. And then when you look at the Swiss, let's go back to the Swiss real quick. Let's find the Swiss. Right there. We closed in a daily buy yesterday, I thought. That's why we have it in a buy. And then you can see here this is moving up. So this emulates, the Dukascopy one does emulate at a time. So the work you're doing, why don't you try to do that? Why don't you try to put that on your machine? Go with a fast stochastic, challenging on the same scaling with a slow stochastic from a separate indicator. And let me show you the time parameter of that. That's 533 on the slow stochastic, I think it is. Let's see right there. 533, and the fast stochastic is 5.3 also. Thought we were using a larger one like 9, but maybe not. And you put them on there, and then put the pink one up there. Pink one is the it's a CCI 14, and they can to give some good insight when you use them as a relative indicator to each other. They're much more insightful than looking at oh, they're down at their lows, or oh, they're up at their highs. It has about a 70 some odd percent, like 73% correlation to our math, which is not bad. So it makes it accurate in the low 60s, high 59 or something like that. Not bad. It's a good way of looking at things, and it'll keep you pretty honest. And then we're using a Hinky-Ashke bars to try to emulate the dots. That's kind of a lagging indicator, the Hinky-Ashke. So, alrighty, where we were at, what, crude oil was it? Let's go back to crude. And there you can see there, the crude is acting very well there. There's the crude, and then let's put it up on the J4X. Right there. And you can see there, Hinky-Ashke has three bars, and you can see on our crude, I mean not 3 bars, 3 green bars, and you can see on our Chicago Quant, our work, we've started back here in the green. First, it indicated volatility back here about 7 days ago, 3, 4, 5, 6 days ago, and then 5 days it's been in the greens. So the Hinky-Ashke does a good job of starting to emulate our dots. So it's better than having nothing, I mean, not everybody's going to be subscribing to the Chicago Quant, so this way at least you have a fighting chance to have something that emulates 2/3 of my math. And since it seems like you do some programming, you should be able to commingle them pretty well. And so there we are. Let's see, where do we leave off from there? Let's see. Let's take a look at gold. I saw something yesterday. They said gold is exploding. I was like, wait a minute. It's up $30 for the week. They said gold is exploding up for the week. And I'm thinking, it is? Not too exploding. And where are we in that? Let's go check it out on J4X. I mean, we already just did there. You can see the white line is banging down, crossing this here. You can see all that. You see the weakness. You got a red today. Again, that's a lagging indicator to Hinky-Ashke. And then let's take a look at it through the Chicago Quant right there. You see we've had 4 days of red dots. And we've been 2 full days in a sell. Now we're on the 3rd day of a sell. So. And that is that, huh? Pretty cool. Oh, there's an interesting article. There we go. And so that is the gold market. And, we were looking at that yesterday. We're looking at all 4 metals. Silver and gold, platinum and palladium. Actually, 5 metals and copper. We looked at all of them. And it was interesting to see how copper is on its own walkabout at the moment compared to all the others. Let's get rid of this scan. Who wants to scan? Close. Close. There we are. All right, and we can take a look at silver. Silver was, we put an article up with silver yesterday too. We thought it had some life in it, so we just wanted people to start paying attention to it. And you can see here it's starting to break down again. And then let's find silver right there. There's the silver. We've been in the sell now for 3, 4. This is the 5th day, is it? Yeah. So silver's been in the sell for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. There we are. And this is the 5th day. So it's just kind of marching along. And at first we thought this thing was trying to get into a buy there yesterday. We thought, wow, maybe we got something starting to brew here on Happy to Hump Day. Sure, let's put up the S&P future. Right there. There's the S&P future. You can see we've been in a daily sell for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 10th day in a sell. We came in a weekly sell. We tried to lift. And obviously it's not doing too good a job there. Do you want to see a half hourly of that? We can use that box where we had the... let's see. Well, it's been saying it for almost 10 days that it wants to go down, not up. That's what it's saying right now. For the last 10 days, it wants to go down. 30 minutes. Let's see what it says. Let's see. Where did we put that? Was that here? I think it was. There it is. And that's a Z. There it is. This should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. This is what I love about questions. I love it because it's when you can trust your math, I can feel bulletproof. You know, I mean, I can say, okay, you know, ask any question you want. You can ask 12 of them. You know, it's like cheaper by the dozen. Because I know that the math is going to be, you know, 9 out of 10 times on average or 8.5 out of 10 times on average. Right. So it's not that hard to answer a question. It's filling in still. Hard to believe, though, isn't it? 30 minutes. It's still filling in. I mean, it's not that hard. We're only going back 30 days. What we can do is we can shorten it up a little bit. There we go. So, right now it's been in a sell since right there. Right there, it's been in the sell. And what it's done is fallen down from 3,336.25 to where we're at right now, 3,324. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. So what's that? 2.5 hours. You can see here where it climbed into the buy right there. You see here it went into a sell right there. Caught a lot of this action. That was kind of neat. There's the buy right there. There's a sell right there. There is a sell right there. And slips into a buy. Whipsaws you in here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we use the dots to stop you from getting trapped in those. So like right there, you can't get long or short because it's a red and a green, that type of thing. And then here you can get short because it's red dot and minus. Then here it gets you long and you lose, and it gets you short and makes your money all back again. And it gets you long here, and there is a win in there. It makes a nice move of about 9 handles on the upside. And then it goes into a sell, and it's already down and losing again. And it's in a sell right there, and then you got that. It gives you a win for a couple hours. And then that goes into a buy, goes nowhere, and that goes into a sell right there. And that's winner, winner, chicken dinner. all the way to here. And it comes through the time manifold in there. You see that? Starting to show life in it. And then it rolls over. Does that make a... I don't think that makes a minus there, does it? No, it does not. At 1 in the morning. And that's why I don't use linear time. It's not dynamic enough, you know. So, that is USA... Hey, Bitcoin. How you doing? USA 30. What's USA 30? 30 minute, you mean? Or is that a stock? Tell me what USA 30 is and I'll look into it. Or are you thinking of Dow Jones Industrial Average? The Dow, okay. We've got that parked right here. That's where I got my nickname 40 years ago. Dr. Dow. No, we don't have it parked there. Where'd it go? Right there. And there is the Dow. You'll see that. And that's a daily. Would you like to see a 30-minute on it? We can do that. And there's the daily. You can see it's been in a daily sell just like the S&Ps for days. And now, you know, the weekly didn't go into the weekly last week, but it's doing it this week. So we'll see if it closes there on Friday. It's Smackadoodle City. Let's put it in here. Instrument. What's that? The YM. There we are. And it's a Z. There we go. It's filling in. DocDow. That's what they get. I walked in on the trading floor one day and they started calling me Dr. Dow. They started calling me doctor. I was like, okay. I was like, what's this all about? And they said, you're doctor of the Dow. Well, I am? Okay. All right. And that was 35 years ago. 36 years ago. Something like that. And so you can see here, went into the sell there. And then went into a buy here. Then went back into the sell here. And I think that might have made it into buy. Let's see. The histogram, plot 1 is plus, plot 4 is plus. So it went back into a buy right here, so you got a whipsaw going on there. And then it does give you a higher high, so you get a chance to make money, and then it closes in a sell. And then there's plot 1 and plot 4. They're plus again, so it whipsaws you again. And then it goes into a sell here and gives you all the money you... That's a 0 on the plot 1 and plot 4. Let's see. No dot. So right there's... It's hard to say. Let's widen this a little bit more. That's a plus. No. Yes. Maybe. No, it's a plus. Both plot 4 and plot 1 are plus. So it puts you back into the buy here and then it goes there. See, that's why I don't follow linear time. That's why I do all charting intraday in a non-linear way. Because this linear time really stagnates it. So in other words, let's see. Let's go like this. Let's make it contracts and make it something like 1800. Let's go back 3 days. Let's see if this fills in real quick. And this is non-linear, so it makes life a lot easier. You don't get trapped into stuff like that. And you'll see this is much smoother. It's taking some time there, isn't it? Oh, maybe, yeah. It's backfilling. Okay. Let's put 2 days in just to see what it looks like. Because we are, we're past the end of the webinar. So, 2. Let's put that in there. There we are. Oh, well, traders, we'll go after that tomorrow. Tomorrow is TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. So, okay, Mountain West, we'll have to talk again about the lines and see what you can do. Find out about multi-charts and being able to turn a specific line or a plot into a red and green from the 0 line. Okay, Mountain West, we'll do that. And somewhere along maybe today or tomorrow we can go after that. Let me know when you find out something, okay? And everybody have a good day. We will catch you on the flip side. So this is Doc from North America saying arrivederci. And the cowboy in me says, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all my trading friends.